Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How are you? Had a couple of days where I haven't posted a reading online, but I'm back today because it feels like the energy update is ready. And it wasn't that I couldn't get on and do readings for the past couple of days. I've just been in mad catch-up mode after all of the breaks that we've had in communication, and been trying to catch up with readings and get back to my day job. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. And we've been talking about having these really, really fast-paced energies playing out over the last little bit, combined with that slower, all of those big retrograde energies that are coming out really slowly, that are all about higher goals and getting on with your mission, and clarity, self-care, internal rebellion, all of those terms that we've been using in the past few readings, up against this fast-paced energy that has been a little bit confrontational. It's been logical, it's been smart, but it's been intensifying, and it's even been confrontational. And I felt that as a war against myself, going, you've got so much to do, and going, how do you not get into a war with yourself on what you have to prioritize and which jobs come first, and then there's family responsibilities. There's a lot going on when you have these big life cycle energies playing out slowly in the background, so you have to fit time and energy into understanding and processing what they are. But life is coming at you at a rate of knots. It has been a few weeks, I tell you. It's been a few weeks, but we're keeping our finger on the pulse of these energies. And while I'm talking family and life and fast-paced things, I want to say happy birthday to my two granddaughters, to Ellie and to Bella. Bella turned 10 on the 18th, and Ellie turns 1 on the 20th. So happy birthday to both my granddaughters, and we're going to celebrate their birthdays here at home this afternoon. But I wanted to get a little reading in first about how this energy is playing out for our twin flames. Just get a bit of an energy update. I wonder if like me, you've been feeling the magnification of the healings that are taking place, but you've also felt that's the big slow energy, but then you've also felt these intense confrontational moments where it just makes you want to tip into I'm going to call it a confused space. It's moved out of logic and into feeling like a little bit frustrated on how to make it all make sense under these current energies. So let's see what we've got. I do read from the perspective of Divine Feminine, and we focus on twins in separation, because as we all know, twins come together in waves, and this information might not be relevant for your level of soulmate ascension, the part of the journey that you're on. But if it resonates, hopefully we'll be able to give you something relevant to work with under these very intense energies as we move out of the weekend. It's Sunday here in Australia, Sunday afternoon. Let's see what we've got. Divine Feminine, focusing in on how to manage these fast-paced, intense confrontational energies, which is a Mars in Gemini energy that's landed, that intense confrontational communication, up against all these slower, more life-changing, more analysis energies. What have we got? The Emperor. Interesting energy to come through first. What have we got? The Five of Wands. See, I'm not even kidding, right? The frustration, the agitation, it's right there. Let me just straighten them up a little. What have we got in the soul space? Oh, the Four of Cups. Yeah, look, I was feeling this intensely. The reading is just backing it up. There you are, Empress. There you, what have we got? The Page of Wands. And then we've got the Three of Swords. Look, this is really challenging. The push from the universe under the deck. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, and the High Priestess. And we'll pop the King of Cups over there. He's at the top. Look at these layers of energies. High Priestess, we've seen her a little bit in readings, and 2 of Wands and 3 of Pentacles. This has been a big challenge, hasn't it? She's the gatekeeper between the 5D and the 3D. And haven't we been feeling this, Divine Feminine? Haven't we been feeling it, going, I have this very, very big 5D life taking place. I've got like it feels like this and I call it internal rebellion, some level of dramatic change taking place inside of me where I'm understanding my goals for the greater good, my higher consciousness. I'm having this magnified healing experience where all of my dark side is fully on display and it's growing, it's being seen. I'm talking sense about it, I can't hide it anymore. Leaning deep into it, clarity, self-care, all of the above. And then over the top of it is these really, really fast-paced 3D energies of intense confrontational communication, and wanting to express a need for attention and affection over the top of it. It has been a real mixing pot of energies, and these energies feel juxtaposed. They feel like they're counterintuitive towards each other, and it leaves you feeling like you're at a bit of a crossroad. What do I do next? What do I prioritize? What is it that needs to come first? And in here comes the Three of Pentacles and says, focus. Focus. Now, I read this Three of Pentacles a little bit different. I created this card with some specific intent towards a twin flame journey. So here I've represented the Three of Pentacles. You've got some kind of a divine figure here, representative of the divine, let's just say that. And up close, if you look, I've got it's a little bit hard to see, but there's a twin flame couple sitting in the heart of the divine, right? And down here, so that's the 5D manifestation of the twin flame union, sitting up there with the divine. You're all one. And here the divine hand comes down and goes, now we're going to be manifest in the 3D world. What does it look like? Here, the divine and the mission, the masculine and the feminine, all have a pentacle to bear in this journey, and it all works in unison with each other. And see, in the nothing of this space is not nothing. There's all of these connections that are playing out that keep us all connected. The divine masculine, and the divine feminine. But it's like, it's an energy over here of going, I don't know which foot to lead with. I'm feeling this push of 5D energy, and the gatekeeper, the high priestess, she's letting it all through. She's letting it all through, and it's hitting me it's hitting me like a ton of bricks, and I'm trying to stand up in it every day and do what the divine tells me to do. But it leaves me feeling like, what do I do next? I've got choices here, and because I've got choices, it leaves me just standing here looking at them. What is it that you want me to do? And then it can even make you feel confrontational towards the divine, confrontational towards yourself, confrontational towards your twin, and then feeling like you don't know how to deal with everyone and everything that's going on around you. And I want to say to you, divine, I'm not immune to this. Just because Ricky and I have got to the point where we're in harmonious union, these energies are playing out upon me absolutely the same way I would expect that they're playing out upon you. That you are having this flood of divine information coming at you at a rate of knots that is pushing you to do something manifest in 3D, but it leaves you feeling like going, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what job is the most important, or the step that's the most important next. And then the divine is going, well, of course it's my step. Take the divine step. And it's like, but you've got so much coming at me. What is the divine step? It feels a little hectic at the moment. Look, Two of Swords. I'm not even kidding, am I? 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups. Here, 2 of Swords. Feeling like you've got conflicting pieces of information, or like you have some level of confusion playing out. You have jobs and tasks and things that you have to do in the real world. You have people who want and expect you to do things. You have all of these versions of conflicting pieces of information playing out, and you're going, you want me to just close my eyes to it all and listen to what you tell me, divine? Just divine, what am I supposed to do? And all of this is going, then you open your eyes and it all floods at you again, right? When you close your eyes and you sit in this space, it's like information, and you could sit there all day, right? You could sit there all day and learn about your soul ascension journey and really enjoy the process of learning what the divine has to teach you. And then you open your eyes and it's manifest, and it's just feels like the information rushes at you, or like it's confusing on some level, or like there's too many choices, too many options, too many things to do. And we've still got that dichotomy of playing out these really, really slow retrograde energies. And we're getting closer. On the 28th, we're going to have six retrogrades applied at once. Are we there yet? 24th. It's not even 8 days. It's 3 days away. So this is a lot. It's a lot of self-growth, higher level, higher consciousness energy is all flooding in at once. It's magnified healing. This is the journey on crack. And then you have to show up in the real world and go, what do I do? What? I could sit up here all day, but I don't. I've got to get back down here and prioritize what it is I have to do first. It feels really, really tough. But the divine is saying, I want you, and here, look at this. The high priestess, she's holding the physical manifest here. She's bringing the information down through our bodies, through what is manifest and real, and she wants us to have something very physical and tangible to work with. Now she's sitting there with these guys. I'm going to get this mixed up and confused, aren't I? Here, look, she's holding this bouquet here in the Nine of Cups, and the divine is going, I want you to be all you can be. This Nine of Cups, the way I've represented the Nine of Cups here, I always look at her as the bride before the wedding. She's got everything she wants, everything she needs. She's got it all going on. All of her cups are full. The wishes are there. Like it's all there. And here it's got like a physical manifest. And here is the divine river, the divine path. Here's all the ascension steps. It's all there for her. It's waiting to happen, and she's the bride before the wedding day. It's all about to unlock. And I always say you feel the most frustration, you feel the most intensity, you feel the most aggravation right before a breakthrough. And this is what Nine of Cups is. It's going, you're going to feel the most confusion or aggravation, can't even say it, most frustration, let's put that word into it, right before the blessing manifests. So we've got frustration, bride before her wedding day with all the tables set, everything ready to go. And then what's the next push? The next push is getting it all, the 10 of Cups. It's where all the blessings manifest and where it all makes sense. For some twins, depending on where you are in your journey, it is divine, harmonious union with your twin flame, a physical manifest of it, where you're walking together hand in hand on your divine path, working on mission. See, look, I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but see how they've got the divine waters there, and they've got the path to follow, and they're fully stepping into the waters of the divine. Overhead, they have the rainbow, and this is a quantum rainbow. I've done it in black and white with all of these pieces working together to create form and shape. And as you follow divine mission, and as you speak it, live it, breathe it, feel it, know it, you will create your reality out in front of you. The universe will conspire with you to be on. This is a pillar of mission. It's like a chalice where all of the energy of the divine is just pouring into this river, and you're working together on mission to put reality out in front of you. There is the sun in all of its abundance, bringing you light and happiness and joy. Look at this sequence. Can you see it? Like, it just feels so ridiculously obvious to me, but yet so hard to work through the energy. Like, I'm feeling how difficult it is to step up in the energy. The divine is raining it all down. They're asking us to hold this bouquet. There she is again. She's got the bouquet. Asking us to hold the 3D manifestation of everything they're asking us to do. They know it's going to cause us confusion. They know it's going to cause a ripple. They're going to know it forces grit to stay on mission and stay on path and pick a wand and go for it. Here the divine is saying, I have you. Here is the mission. Here is you. Here is your divine masculine. And here is all the energy I put in between you to make it make sense. The next level of energy is, yes, I know it's confusing, but you're going to come into clarity soon. You are the bride before the wedding, and here is where I give it all. I hand it all over, and you have to continue to walk on mission. And you'll go through these cycles again and again and again with the divine. It's not like you go through it once and then you get to here and you're done and dusted, right? You go through it again and again and again. But each time you're going, what is the lesson? You become the last lesson. It is who you are. And then the next lesson wants to crack you open and open and open. You are infinite, and you will continue to grow infinitely. This expansion energy is part of what the soul ascension journey is all about. It ascends, it grows, it expands, and we will be leading others into the path. What is the direct push from the universe right now? And I'm not even making this up, right? The Emperor. Come on, Divine Feminine, we're bossing up. We will figure out what it takes to work in a day-to-day way on mission. And every time the journey cracks open another layer for us, we're going to know what to do. The divine says, you are leaders, you are nurturers, you are protectors. You will know what to do every time this ascension process, every time we sit at the foot of this ascension process, and it asks us to figure out what the dance is between 5D and 3D, the push from the universe will be that we will know what to do. How are we showing up in the world right now? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling this. Agitated, frustrated, not knowing whether the lessons that are coming at me in 3D, if I'm processing them properly, I'm feeling, and I call Five of Wands pissy energy. You've heard me say that before if you've seen our readings before. Five of Wands is pissy energy, but it's niggly. It's like a rock or a blister in your shoe. And you're like, until you resolve what it is, it continues to niggle away at you. The sand that makes the oyster, it niggles and it frustrates until you actually figure out what it is that's causing the problem and you can actually resolve it. And here it's saying to us that there's going to be some level of choice or decision, but we're going to get the information come through via the High Priestess, via that gateway of information traveling through. So what do we have in the soul space? This, right? Four of Cups. And how I represent the Four of Cups in this deck is like somebody who's literally sitting in a divine river of information. Here's the ascension staircase, right? These are very, very practical steps that you take. And here's your Two of Cups over here with your twin flame or your soulmate connection. Here's a cup that's spilt over, and here's a cup over here. Now, what do I talk about the Ace of Cups as being? As being the chalice to understand. So it is the cup that expresses divine love. It's the cup that expresses self-love, and it's the cup that expresses twin flame love. So it is over here. Your physical soulmate representation of it is sitting there. Your spilt over cup, which is the lost connection or anything that you feel is missing, is spilt, and it's being tipped over into these divine waters. But look at this cup. It stands tall. All of the divine water washes and rushes against it. It doesn't tip it over. Not at all. So that is the 5D realm. Here is the 3D realm. Here is the pain. It's all represented in this Four of Cups. Now, Four of Cups calls out discernment. This particular representation calls out discernment. And sometimes the action needs to be set aside, because here's the action part of this card, right? The ascension staircase, stepping up. Stepping requires action. To sit in this water is to let all of that divine information wash over you and learn to discern it, knowing that the time you're spending with the divine is not wasted time. It's not time that should have been spent doing anything other than what you're doing. It's time spent learning, knowing, and understanding, because this divine cup is number one. This soulmate physical representation, like here, it's not in that space. It's set aside. It's on this action side of what's going on. Here, this Ace of Cups is what is pivotal. Self-love, divine love, twin love, it all has to be washed clean by the divine. It has to be filled by the divine. It has to be nurtured by the divine, and you need to sit in those waters to learn about it, to discern it, and to understand it. However this plays out for you in this energy, it's probably going to cause this. You might not get enough time to just bathe in these energies. The world will come at you going, you should be doing 50 other different things other than learning about your twin flame journey. And yet, what does this journey do? It consumes your soul. It consumes you so much that anything else that wants to come at you just feels like an agitation. And the people around you can feel it, and the jobs that you need to do, you don't want to do them, you want to set them aside. All you want to do is get in this space where you're learning, growing, discerning with the divine. What is the challenge for you? The Empress look, to rise up in Empress energy. It's exactly what I was saying, is because the Empress knows how to do it all, doesn't she? She knows how to ground these energies in a very 3D way. She knows how to walk connected to the planet. She knows how to bring all the energy of the universe down and manipulate it and manage it and know how it's influencing her. She is rock solid in her day-to-day operation. She's nurturing to her family and friends. She births brand new ideas. She's the be-all and end-all. And when we show up in Empress energy, divine feminine, don't we feel like that? When all of these things are coming at us in an equal and balanced way, and we can find the neutral point of creation, doesn't the Empress energy just make us want to shine? But the universe is saying, oh, I want you to be the Emperor now. I want you to be very, very practical in the push that I have for you. But in your soul space, I want you to be drenched in divine information. What does that leave us in? Freaking frustration. Agitation, going, I'm on the edge of some level of new learning or some higher version of my twin flame connection, and I just want to be in it. I want to be in it up to my eyeballs, and you're asking me to be very practical about that? It just feels, I feel agitated. I'm going to call it. It's my soul is agitating in trying to get to the bottom of what this process, like how it feels counterintuitive all the time, right? How it just feels counterintuitive all the time to be Emperor and to be Four of Cups all in the same breath. The challenge is then to find the tipping point and go, who is it to be the Empress? What is the advice from the universe? Is the Page of Wands, is to go at it without all the overthinking. Do you see that? To go at it without all the overthinking. The Page of Wands is youthful, expressive energy about desires and passions and dreams. You have got everything that you need, divine feminine, to ascend the next level of this journey. Everything that you need. And it's like having a package of information. Or even if this is what it feels like, is that you're downloading from the internet and your connection is dial-up, right? You're on dial-up way back when, where it took so long to process information, and you'd sit there and wait, and you knew that if you were just patient enough, all the information would come and it was all good. But then you go, I've really got stuff to do. I've really got stuff to do. I really, really need this download to happen, right? It's like, that's what it feels like, being on dial-up when you've got so much to do, and you just have to sit and wait at the starting line. This little divine spark is sitting there waiting to light a bonfire, and it won't let you start to climb. I hope that's resonating. What is the likely outcome? Is some big emotions, right? Like you're feeling all the knives stuck in your heart of every process that you've ever been through to ascend, right? That you feel a little bit melancholy. You might feel a little bit lost. You feel like you don't know your place. You feel like sometimes the things people are saying to you are just a knife through your heart. Like communication is feeling confrontational. And I don't think that it's necessarily designed to be that way, but you just feel, because you can't quite get a grip in your 3D walk at the moment, it's like anything that's playing out that feels, it's just like a big knife through the heart, and you just want to retreat into a bit of a melancholy state. I am experiencing this in my stage of the journey. I am, and I'm doing my best to show up in a balanced way, but it's taking a lot of effort. And really all I want to do is go sit in a corner and sit with this energy and work it through. And I do. I take my time where I go by myself and I feel it to heal it. And I go, where am I feeling it? Because pain is only energy, and it doesn't matter what's caused the pain. Pain is only energy. If I can identify the source, that's good and well. If I can't, I just need to find where the energy is sitting. I don't need to know what happened to heal it. I don't. I just need to know that it's there. And I go, all right, I'm feeling pain, I'm feeling melancholy. Where is it sitting? It's sitting, I'm feeling it very, very heavily in my heart space. And even the other night, I tried to lay down and go to sleep. And I just drifted off to sleep, and I jumped up with a start, and I couldn't breathe. Like it just like my lungs wouldn't open up and take a breath. And I started into this mad coughing fit that lasted probably an hour. And I had my head over a bowl, and I'm breathing in steam, and Ricky's patting me on the back, going, "Are you okay? Do you need a drink? Can you just breathe, please?" And it was just like this big heart space block came upon me where I just couldn't. I had to lean deep into it and go, I'm definitely feeling pain of some description for some reason. Where is it rising? Why is it there? And I leant as deeply into it as I possibly could. But it felt like this. It felt like I had all these knives in my chest, and there was no reason for them to be there. Nobody had done anything to cause it. But I legit couldn't take a breath, and I was coughing like a crazy person and just feeling like this heavy melancholy just rise upon me. And it came out of nowhere. It came for no reason. And I've been doing the process to try and understand why this is all rushing upon me. So the likely outcome is that we're having some kind of, it might play out in a different chakra for you, but it played out in my heart chakra. And it did feel like a big expansion process that I don't necessarily understand yet, but I'm fighting for understanding. I'm still definitely presenting in this space where I'm feeling frustrated, a little bit agitated, and trying to get to the bottom of the pool. So we'll keep working this energy together, Divine Feminine, until we figure out what it is all about. It's definitely a wave of ascension, and our challenge is we're struggling to rise up in our Empress energy right now, and we're being asked to be in Emperor energy. So I'm going to do a bit of a read on what's going on Divine Masculine side of the energy and see what's going on there. What have we got, Divine Masculine? How is this wave of energy playing out for you? Like, what is the push on the Divine Masculine right now? Let's have a look. Righto, Divine Masculine. What have we got? The Knight of Wands. We've got the Judgment. Oh, I see. We've got the Page of Swords. Oh, we've got the Six of Swords. That's interesting. 10 of Swords. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Righto, what have we got underneath the deck? 10 of... Really? Look. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. 3 of Wands. Strength card, 4 of Cups, Victory, 6 of Wands, and we've got the 4 of Swords. Oh, and we've got the Ace of Swords. Clarity is not far away. We're getting there. We've got a repeating message. The universe is trying to bring us into harmony. Look at that. Top level of that energy. Legit trying to bring us into harmony. All right, let's play it out. What have we got? We've got the 4 of Swords. We've got the 6 of Wands, and we've got the 4 of Cups. You've got this push too. You've got the 4 of Cups there. 4 of Swords. Look, here, legit, I think this is, and this is a message that I really have been saying, sharing a lot with the readings that I've been doing and the connections that I've been making. A question comes up relentlessly going, am I feeling his pain? And what I want to say to you, that it doesn't matter which side of this divine connection is experiencing pain or which side of the connection feels it, because you are one, all right? Your energy field, it has the same energetic blueprint. You are one, and this is the kicker to understanding oneness and separateness. So here we've got 3 of Swords here and 3 of Swords there, right? They're playing out on different levels, but they are being experienced across the connection. So here, Divine Masculine is in a healing, sleeping, meditative space, And here there's an Ace of Swords, which is the next layer underneath this one. He's desperately trying to come into some level of clarity about what these three swords are. And here I'm saying sword through the heart, sword through the throat, sword through the crown is how I read these. Is it attacking the three different chakra levels? And here, divine feminine, you've got it as a likely outcome. So possibly what is playing out is a unified response of going, you're both trying to understand an ascension journey, and yours is at a different level, divine feminine, because by and large you have more awareness. By and large you've gone first. By and large your ascension journey is a little bit further down the track of mental understand, like cerebral understanding of what you find yourself in. So I find it really interesting that is that it's playing out there in that way. How have I ended up with an extra one there? Did I pinch that from there? That's what I did. So yeah, look, divine masculine is being pushed by the universe to move into a more victorious space, to move to a place where they're understanding what their purpose, what their mission, what the function of all the pain is about. And here the divine is offering again this chalice of divinity, of going, you are a divine being, you're here on purpose, you're here on mission, we have something that you need to do. And the next push of that is going, do you understand the pain that you've put you through has a purpose? It's how I'm reading that sequence of events, that this is a push for the universe to be victorious on making this dramatic change for the divine masculine. Because here on the next level, look what we've got playing out. We've got our Beauty and the Beast card. Here, the divine feminine, the Empress. Look, the Empress has tamed the beast. The Empress has tamed the beast. This is an energy that requires inner strength. It requires inner courage. It requires inner will, because physically this beast could take down this the female entity here. Like physically, if this beast decided to turn on her, she'd be captive. She'd be dead. She'd be eliminated. But here, the will and the work and the infinite resources that this divine feminine has tames the beast. The beauty of her soul tames the beast. And here you're going, I'm really, really struggling to find that inner strength. But you've given it over here to divine masculine. And what is that doing? It's allowing his ships to come in. And maybe this is just the great balancing that is taking place right now, because his ships come in, and what does he get? He gets what you get. He gets a push for harmonious union. He gets a push to have this divine, look, see, a divine river runs through it. This rainbow of divine energy, stability in the 3D world. These happy kids, this happy life, happy scenario, the whole box and dice. This strong divine, and it is a feminine energy. This card is a feminine energy in this representation. Beauty overcomes the beast, and we're saying beauty of the soul, the strength of the soul, the will, the knowledge, the understanding brings these ships in towards this 10 of Cups outcome. That's not the likely outcome. That is the push from the universe for divine. For both of you, you've both got that as the push from the universe. Righto, directly. Divine masculine is being asked to charge forward. Knight of Wands, like I pick on him a little bit as not sticking around, of not being, truly long-term stable energy. But look at this, under the push of this judgment, he's being asked to take action, right? That's how I flat out see it in this Knight of Wands energy, because he's not in an outcome position. If he was here, I'd be a bit disappointed, but he's not. He's here. This is a push from the universe, and the push from the universe is take action. Take action on what? Take action on this judgment that is coming down from the divine. Can you imagine if you're sleeping, and I've said this before, and this angel comes along and blows this trumpet in your ear? Here, the divine feminine has responded to the call, and now here come the rest. Here's the divine masculine, and here comes the next generation that follow. How is he showing up? He's showing up of having some level of understanding and being urged to take action. In his soul, what does he want to do? He wants to communicate. He wants to communicate, which is really, really tough when the divine feminine is going, actually, I'm really engaged with the divine right now. So you know what this creates, divine feminine? It creates our magical void. Oh, isn't that wonderful? It's what we want to see between divine feminine and divine masculine until it comes into union. We want to see divine feminine holding the void because it creates this energy inside the soul of divine masculine. It goes in this pull, and I often explain it in these videos, and I'll do it one more time. If you are one particle when you start your journey, you and your twin are one particle and you're split into two. The split particle experiment shows us that the force we apply on one particle affects the other particle. It does. There's not nothing in the nothing. There is something in the nothing that keeps the particles connected. Okay, so what happens when twins go into separation? Normally what happens is the divine feminine feels it first and gets the runner chaser energy away, and they are the chaser, and they close the void, which gives divine masculine no reason to do any work because the union is safe and secure with everything that the divine feminine is pouring into it. But then she wakes up, she does the work with the divine, and she goes, actually, I'm going to hold the void. I'm going to hold the void open and spend my time with the divine, understanding this cup over here, understanding self-love, understanding divine love, understanding twin love. And then I'm going to hold this space. I'm going to hold it long enough till it puts a pull. I'll even pull away. And then what happens is this, the something in the nothing puts a pull on the divine masculine. And he is the one that feels like he wants to close the void. He's the one who feels like he wants to communicate. And so he becomes the runner energy, but divine feminine is going, I don't know what to do with this right now. I just need to spend time with the divine. And it keeps pulling on the masculine and pulling on them until eventually the connection is right for these two of you to hold the space safely together. The void isn't necessary anymore. The ego work has been done. The higher consciousness work has been done, so that even when it pulls away, these two know that they're always connected. There's no fear in that. There's no fear if one goes this way and one goes that way that you're never not connected. That's when the void is healthy. When it's understood, when it's known how it operates, and it knows you can both pour into it equally and healthily and hold it any way you like, as long as one of them is not pouring more into it than the other. It's a safe place to be. It's not one that's going to hurt the other. What is the challenge? The challenge is to go toe to toe, and look, here's the advice from Spirit. I'm going to put these two together. The challenge is to walk away from choppy waters. It's to acknowledge all of this pain and drama and suffering and everything that's been going on. Sometimes I equate this card to, like someone fleeing domestic violence, and I don't know why I want to say that particularly in this scenario. So whether they've had an explosive situation play out where they feel like they need to escape under the cover of darkness, I don't know why I want to say that. It feels like there's something explosive in the energy that's fueling this need to get to calmer waters. And here, look at all the knives in the back. The likely outcome is that you'll hear, know, experience, understand what divine masculine has been through with this scenario where he's had all of these knives in his back. And these higher level ones are the ones I'm particularly focused on. It's like going, all of his higher centers just feel like they've been incredibly activated to the point where he wants to communicate. And that's from his soul space, eh? That's like a really intense push. Wouldn't be surprised at all if he showed up in your dreams, divine feminine. Dream space and then into a physical reality. We're getting closer and closer to this expression of love. I feel this. For those who are on the front of this wave, we're getting closer and closer to these bigger, bolder expressions of love. Even I'm going to push this up to September 10. We're in a window now where energy's cleansing, clearing, becoming more intense, becoming more confrontational even, right up until we get to September 10 and that full harvest moon. Divine Love Oracle, what have you got for us? Let's draw a card for Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, what have we got going on? Divine Feminine, what have we got going on? Let's have a look. Let's shuffle another time. Oh, you can believe that. I split those cards and then picked out the same card straight off the top. If it comes out again, I'm going to take that as a red hot message. Like, oh, look, Divine Masculine card for you. Righto. And here, we got this the other day for the connection. Divine Feminine, I see you. Honestly, I'm going through this too and going, what is wrong with me? I'm feeling this push, this agitation, this how do I balance my 5D and my 3D life? And kind of here, I'm looking at this as going, you've got all of these guides and angels and divine energy raining down on you, and it's coming in at such a rate of knots, but it feels like it moves slowly. And it's like it's just the wildest ride to be on right now that leaves your 3D world feeling somewhat agitated. What's wrong with you, Divine Feminine? Absolutely nothing. You are perfectly in process as you are. You're doing the best job you know how to do to process these very, very intense energies as effectively as you can. I want you to just give yourself a pat on the back. This is a lot. This energy is a lot. And if it's got you into a space of going, what the hell is wrong with me? I want you to know I see you absolutely. What is going on with Divine Masculine? Divine Feminine is going on with Divine Masculine. So this might be why this push is on, because you're having a big effect on your Divine Masculine. Whatever push of ascension you're going through right now, it is having a deliberate and determined effect on Divine Masculine. They're feeling your energy intensely. They might not understand it, but the push is there. Now, what seat are we all going to sit in? And this came out in our last reading. I'm sure there are 2 seats to sit in. This is the seat of free will, and this is the seat of the divine. And the seat of free will could have you tap out at any point, because this is way too intense. The way these energies are playing out is going, what's wrong with me? Is going, this journey is too nuts. I don't want to do it anymore. That is to sit in the seat of free will, right? To sit in the higher seat is to sit in your seat of higher consciousness and work the process. And this is coming out for both of you. So to figure it out, to figure out the balance, the connection of Divine Feminine and Masculine, that's your challenge here, Divine Masculine. And for you, Divine Feminine, to know that you are perfectly in process. That is to take the seat of higher consciousness, and to, if you can avoid the free will seat where you tap out. I mean, if you tap out, you tap out. I say that with all the love in the world. I went there, I did it, I know what it is to go, I can't do this anymore. But to sit in the seat of higher consciousness right now is to push through these crazy energies. And I think we're going to be all over the place a little bit, but it'll start to clear from the end of August, and by the 10th, I think we're going to be feeling a whole lot better. That's my prediction. So let's take the seat of higher consciousness together and work for these unions to come online, and we all start to bring more of this clarity through that is here to be on mission together. I'm feeling it. If you're feeling it too, I'm just giving you a big shout out, and we'll continue to keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on. So thank you to everyone who's been reaching out to us on social media and here on YouTube. Anytime you send us it, we love connecting with our divine community and being of any help that we possibly can. We are on Facebook, what is that called? Instagram, that thing. Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. And feel free to reach out to us on any of those channels. If we can offer more clarity, support, any of the above. And I am doing personal readings for people as well. If you feel like you'd like one, if you need a little more insight into your journey personally, reach out to me here or on Messenger, and we can definitely work with time zones and all of the above to get you a personal reading. So I think that's it for the message for today. I hope I didn't come across sounding too agitated, because I really do want to help. And for mine, the energy has been a little bit frustrating to find ground zero and to ground. That's the bottom line, to ground in the way that it's all playing out, and to still sound like I'm a sane person in the process. So I see you. Hats off to you. Hats off to us all on this journey as we look after each other moving forward. So, I'm off to enjoy both my granddaughters' birthday parties. That'll be it for my Sunday afternoon. Until we see you again, it's so much in faith, hope, and love. It's bye from me for now.